Yeah, I want to say something out there. I'm getting all kind of messages through y'all, through my soul tribe. But my goal, my thing is to root out the fear, because once you root out the fear, you overcome faith. And when you root out the fear by overcoming faith, overstanding faith, um, you gonna when you root out the fear from overstanding faith, you gonna get it. You gonna get it. You gonna realize when God give you these messages, just give it. I learned this in the studio because for a whole 7 years in the studio, people wouldn't even come to my studio. They came at first. You know how they say you build it, they would come. And they came. But they didn't like how I was at the time. They didn't know how to react to the way I was running it. And so it caused a lot of turbulence, might I say. Um, and I had to learn to hit miss because I'm in a gang affiliated area, and I'm in a gang affiliated business. Might as well say it's a tough business. If you gotta be tough to be a producer, regardless. 'Cause music is like having the best woman on the block. I mean, if you got a studio, it's like having the best woman on the block. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can get her. So what they do when they finally can't get your woman, they try to be loyal to you. That was deep, wasn't it? I think it was deep. Uh, and at first, when God put me through that, when God put me through that, when God put me through that, um, that was my learning curve lesson to become a man. Cause I already didn't have no money, y'all. Not like that. Not to get guns. Geek Squad. I couldn't breathe, bro. Geek Squad. But um, I was forced out to become a man. 'Cause they knew this. They knew I was gonna be in there all times of the night. They knew I was gonna be by myself, and they knew it was a nighttime business. They knew I ain't had no camera. They knew it was legit, and if they wanted to rob me and do something to me, it was charged to the game, and nothing I could do about it. And if it was done, I couldn't call the law about it because of the situation. And it was legal business. It was legit, but I'm a real individual, and I gotta deal with the streets regardless. Cause I'm born, my family in the street. Even if I leave the streets, I gotta come back to the streets. So why am I gonna disown the streets, do something, you know, against the streets? You know, especially when it comes down to sometimes you might have to snitch, but thankfully by the grace of God, I never had to do nothing like that. Now, a woman, that's different. I ain't no woman though. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like when you gotta keep doing something like that, you ain't gonna ever be able to protect yourself, cause it's always gonna be there. And I done been in a position where I had everything I wanted, and I was just as scared in a position having everything I wanted as I was living in the middle of the slum with nothing. So it ain't no escaping it. So right there tells you that it's a window of time. It's a window of time to it's a window of time to do this stuff, do that. So I know I'm sexy like I can't help it, boy. I try to talk to God about it, but it's a window of time. um, to accelerate yourself as an internal individual. And when you do this, you basically break off um, all the. I done did this 3 or 4 times, y'all. And 2 times I know for a fact I broke off all the loved ones and put them back together. I had to put them back together, and because I had to understand the situation at hand and seeing was I the problem or was they the problem. And at this time, this is when I was throwing the magic because I'm trying to survive in my neck of the woods. I'm doing under table shit. So I gotta have eyes in the back of my head, regardless, because my squad was already small and we was a force to be reckoned with, whether people gave us credit or not. It ain't never about what you got. It's about how much respect you got. And normally, in my situation, sometimes the person who got the least got the most respect. You gotta give the most respect because they ain't on the streets. They ain't doing drugs. They ain't doing nothing low vibrational. But they ain't got money and stuff. But they work. They're just a human. You gotta respect somebody for that. Cause we get in these situations to avoid being a human. You know. Um, them girls, they hire sales keep me so busy out. That's why I check in on them. That's what you do when you're a conduit. You can feel each other. And that's why I shot it. Certain females reach out to me. It's because the family tree. You don't know me, I don't know you. Even if somebody sent you towards me, you probably can't figure out why the fuck you can't even leave me alone. Ever since they done introduced you to me, I ain't spoke to you probably once or twice. Like your shit once or twice, but you can't keep your energy out of my energy. Them signs, them simple signs of being twin flames, and I mean not twin flame. I'm sorry, soul tribe, tribal soul. That's what we trying to find here, and I try to tell folk, soul mates and twins. That's a group. We don't know how big this group is. They scattered throughout the world. Hell, for all I know, it could be 12 flame, 12 twins. And then you got soulmates already coming like dozens, I think, and it could be ain't no telling, quadruple dozens. Hell, I don't know. But so finding them with all, if you look at it, you when you look at your family, you born with, and you count them all up, cousins and nieces, all that. You can count all of them up. And when you look at the soul, when you look up the soul tribe, you realize that quantity is the same. Once you realize that quantity is the same, okay, now you should understand, okay, here's the game. The game is on now. So the game is we born in a family that ain't our own. It's the opposite node. So your when you get into the game, your goal, one of your main goals to keep you on course is the fact that you need to go out and find your north node. You feel what I'm saying? And it might be the same vice versa. So that will obviously put the game in order, a little bit of order the fashion for the world right there. And by us even putting that together like that, that get us out of the mindset of we here slaves or we here to be slaves. And we obviously you here um, um, to elevate from a low vibrational place that you put yourself in lifetimes ago. That was tiresome. And um, God, I hope I'm right. I'm gonna close, y'all. I ain't got nobody to okay this shit. I mean, Lord, please forgive me. I say that on the street. People say, get out of my face. People used to get mad about that shit. I mean, clean this license right together. Let everybody look over it, though. I'm just too nice and clean. And they be respecting it, and they start doing it. And I tell people, like, back then, even if I was a powder head, if that's what you want to call it, I ain't never did nothing so extreme for somebody to call me out my name. That's how I know people on drugs don't get a fair opportunity to get off of them. But anyway, I used to be with homies and shit, and they be like, yeah. And we get it in my Cadillac. that I put together with my money that's got 22, 24s on it that I spent with my money. And we in there G'd up, and he probably G'd up with my money. And these chicken head get in the car, and he'll pull out some dope that I bought with my money, and he'll do it in front of him, looking cool with these goddamn crazy ass hats on, probably with my money. And the female like, yeah, and they'll look at me and call me lame. You see how perverse the world is. And then they'll get mad at me because they'll leave with him with my money. And then when they ain't got me no more and no more of my money, and I ain't just giving it to this Rudy Poo ass dummy because that was just a weekend thing. They want to start throwing black magic at your dog, y'all. And that's why I stay in myself. I already know I'm cool here. Shit, I don't need nobody to tell me I'm cool. I'm 40 years old. Hell, I'm trying not to be cool. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to relax and a woman and make revenue. I'm trying to be on my grown man. You can't be on your grown man hanging with a bunch of dudes and some chicken heads that love the other dude. Hell, that's high school.